Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syamsul hadi. My student number is 18101-087, and I will present my paper. The title is the problem tenses. Okay, when we talk about tenses, means that we talk about the time, because the verb in tenses change based on the time. When we talk about when we tell a story, so the verb will change based on the time that the story we tell. And there are three types of tenses. The first is present, so it means that the current time right now. So now I'm reading, that is present, and etc. And the past means that the story already done few weeks ago, several days ago, or etc. And the last is future. The future means we talk about what will happen the next time, tomorrow, next year, or next month, and etc. Let's get to the first present that we discuss here. Is about present perfect. When we talk about the perfect, means that present and perfect. Present means that the time right now, and perfect means we already done the job, for example, and until right now we still do the job. That's the time that present perfect talk about. Okay. And there are many uses of the perfect. We can combine the present perfect with another present tense. For example, we combine the present perfect with the present tense. Present perfect is already done, but until now we still do that thing. And present tense means we do the job or something activity, some activity. We do the activity as our habitual action. Or for example, the sun rises. That's present tense. And we here the first uses of perfect, we can combine both of them. And here the example of present perfect combining with the present tense. The example is, this is the first time he has been late. It is the only time I have ever really got angry with him. There are two sentences here. The first is talking about the perfect tense, present perfect, and the second is talking about the present tense. This is the first time he has been. He has been here. Has plus been means that it is the perfect. And late, he has been late. And in this case, they talk about the present tense, because they talk that they tell him in that time directly. And the next combine that we can do in the perfect is used with the past tense. As I already told you before, the past tense, the present tense, present perfect is talk about the time that already start, which before, or for example, I studied in Mandalika University since 2018. So until right now, I still study there. That is the perfect. I have been studied in UNDIKMA since 2018. And of course, until right now, I still study there. So that's the perfect. And past tense, we talk about past. So when we talk about past, that already done 2 days ago and already finished and that day. And here we can combine both of these tenses. We can combine both of these tenses. The example is, he has been a bit more careful since he had that warning. Here means that the sentence means he has been. He has been means that this verb is present perfect. He has been. Has been, this verb is goes to the perfect, and he has been a bit more careful since he had. He had here means that it is the past tense. And so here we can see that the present perfect combining with the past tense. He had that warning means that the people already get warning by someone few days ago, 3 days ago, for example, and he become a bit careful, more careful than before, and until now he become a bit more careful. And the next combining that we can do with the present perfect is combining with another present perfect. As we know that the tenses, there are 16 tenses. There are 16 tenses in English grammatical. So there are many kind of perfect. There are present perfect. There is a perfect, past perfect, and etc. And the last is we can use the perfect with future forms. The example will be, we will continue the meeting when he has recovered his composure. We will continue. We will continue here to talk about the future. And the meeting, we will continue the meeting. Means that they talking about the future when he has recovered, means that it is the perfect. And the last combining that we can do is use with since and it is not the combine, but this is the note. Note the position and emphasis of since and yet. Usually the present perfect use since as the time duration, and we can know that is the present perfect by see the since itself. This is the identity of present perfect. Since is the identity. So you find the sentences and we don't know what is the tenses types, so we can see if there is since, so that is the present perfect. And we will continue to discuss another tenses here after we're discussing about the present perfect combined. We talk about past perfect. Past perfect emphasizes that we are talking about a period before a time in the past. If the time sequence is clear, both past simple and past perfect are possible. At other time, past perfect is essential to understanding to sequence, and we often add already as soon as or until. So here, the past perfect means that that event, that activity already done a few days ago, but the effect is still happen. And the example is, I arrived at 9 o'clock, but he had got there at 9. Okay, I'll repeat it. I arrived at 9 o'clock, but he had got there at 8. That's the example. And now we are going to talk about the future perfect. Future perfect means that we're talking about we use the verb will or shall here, but because it's become the perfect, so it changed to be sold and wool. For the example, I should have finished making this cake by this time. Sue comes home. Means that I think I had to make this cake by saying I will make this cake. Okay, I will explain it again. Means that we will make the cake, and then it's by the time Sue comes home. So we make the cake, and when the Sue comes home, that's the thing about the future perfect itself. And now the uses of perfect infinitives. The use of perfect infinitive is after link verb like same and appear to refer to a previous time period. And ordinary to infinitive will usually refer to the present or future. So the perfect infinitive is referred to present or future. And after phrases expressing emotions and feelings. I'm sorry, for example, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Have kept is the formula of the perfect tense. Have or has plus verb 3. And okay, now we continue the discussion to the stative verbs. The stative is not normally used in the continuous. For the example, I only want to ask you a simple question. Or do you prefer to travel by bus or by train? So here the stative verbs didn't use in the continuous, so there is no in here or verb in here means that it's not used the continuous. And the second, when the stative verb can be used in the continuous. Okay, but there is some situation that we can use the stative verbs in the continuous forms. For the example, I'm testing this to see if there is enough salt. I'm testing. So it is the continuous, and so the stative, there is the situation here make us can use the stative verbs itself in the continuous forms. And the last topic that we will discuss in this change is about collocation. Collocation is words that occur together frequently collocate. Words that don't collocate never occur together. So the collocation is talking about the words that frequently collocate. For example, time feels, goes by, wears on, and passes. They collocate. Okay, I think that's all my presentation. Thank you for your nice attention. I'm sorry if I have done any mistake. And last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.